The Mio Rip Curl Pro coming to you from Portugal. Deeper into round 3 we go with this big encounter. Filipe Toldeo, event defending champion, takes on the talent of Santa Barbara, Coffin. I'm Gig Soleers alongside Ross Williams. What a big day. We are loving every moment of it. We trust you're enjoying the ride with us. And here we go. Deep on the inside. That was without priority. Is Coffin on a big wall, one of the bigger ones we've seen. And he'd keep his weight way down. He's allowing this wave now to regroup on the sandbar, and another set of rail drives from Coffin. A little bit of a turbulent zone here, but Connor will navigate through. And well, it'll just mush out at the end. So a lot of power on display here. Meanwhile, it'll become an exchange now. Opening ride for Filipe Toldeo, who will turn his nose up at that. He's becoming one of the best all-round exponents of the sport in the modern era. But how about this big drop for entry?
Yeah, kind of cool. Air drop there, and then great positioning on that first turn. Bit of an old school grab rail bottom turn, and it gets right back on that inside rail. There's a sear. So a nice cut back there for Connor. The first couple of turns, though, is where the score is going to come from. Right here, he's just trying to get out of that closeout zone, but a huge wave there for Connor. Kind of a fun way to start the heat, just get that rail knifing through the water. That's what Connor Coffin's known for. Placement turn right here, but a big wave, so that must have been impressive for the judges. Then urgently trying to get back out to the open face, so I like that grab rail bottom turn, making sure he gets a swift cut back in, and then another little slice. So I don't think it's going to be a giant score, but really cool to see Connor do what he loves best, and that's rail surfing.
We'll await a score. The panel starts working on it, and here it comes. A 6.67. One judge is going, well, two go as high as a 7. One of them as low as a 6. So the average for the 6.67, establishing that opening ride. Just a little decimal, well, a 1.5 for Filipe Toldeo.
The judges love it if you can hit the lip and go upside down.
Well, here we go. Filipe will go straight to tube stance, and it's a nice little tuck. Finds his way through the section. Now out on the face. Accelerates that rebound. Little tapered corner here. Filipe to the top again. Little direct knife up the lip there.
A foam climb, a snap. So I think Filipe, I think he had fun on this wave. This wave had great shape too. You can see how it still has just enough exposure to that soundbar where it got pretty hollow, and he responded nicely, grabbing rail right away. So good reflexes from Filipe to pick up on that tube ride right there. That snap was nice. Got just a little bit of tail out the back, but had a ton of speed through it. And Filipe, he might own the fastest surfer on tour card. So again, I think a medium-sized score, but it's got him back in the heat.
Well, what I found interesting with that wave there was on the high tide, there was a barrel on offer. So, we mostly saw tubes on the lower tide. Let's have a look at how Coffin deals with the full tide here. This wave is waiting for him. There's a tight transition. So bringing a big nailing turn, and he got hung up there. And, well, suspended for a moment, Ross, and it'll go incomplete as he disrupts the flow off the lip there. Well, thanks, Strides. Great insight to a full day of competition here using this bank. It is a backup location as we focus on Filipe Toldeo here. Tight snap, a little bit of an awkward one on the rail. He'll quickly load up the second maneuver. Another tapered wall, so he's choosing the medium-sized waves that you heard Strider talking about there. And, well, Filipe will go to the air. We haven't seen many of those today. And it'll be an incomplete.
And confidence from Filipe. It's crazy how he just whips into almost any turn he wants to. He needs zero time to think about it. I love watching Filipe surf. He's so unpredictable. So, this wave really nice on the outside. Caught just a little bit of an edge, but pretty much a crazy turn. And right there, whipped out of that second turn. That was his best turn right there, that third turn. Got a lot of clean rail involved there. But that was crazy right there, how he just went straight into an air. I did not see that coming. And that's the cool thing about Filipe. He doesn't need any time to think about it. He just he's like a cat.
Surf good waves, and I didn't surf a lot of waves in my heat. I wanted to surf a lot of waves, but I surfed just like 2 or 3 and was able to make it, so I'm happy.
And this, of course, your bare minimum would be a 9th, and this is really going to solidify your spot on tour.
Yeah, it is. I've been fighting for my life on tour.
Just under 12 minutes to play here. Coffin, the young Californian, leading and holding priority, so he likes the look of this. So let's see if he can build another score. Connor will hammer it in the top section there. Now unleashes the second one, loading up now for the third. Brings the tight radiuses here. Never really got to go to the high gears on that, just kind of medium pace.
Yeah, a lot of jabs there. No knockout punches on that wave, but I think Connor Coffin keeping tabs on where he is in the heat. He's got a little lead there, and so he wanted to improve his backup score. That first turn was nice, definitely his best one, and right in the critical part of the wave. Nice little carve there. Tags the lip again, so he's just staying busy here. And I think once you get kind of stuck into a routine, you just like, you know what, I'm going to ride this one out. And he just stuck with those. They were firm jabs, though, weren't they? No heavyweight, punches to the lip, but definitely some nice backhand surfing.
The title decision will go to Pipeline, and that means that Geordie's got to go up into the semis and in the finals. Kaloe also needs a win here in Portugal to stay in the world title race. Filipe Toledo, 7th on the Jeep leaderboard, will activate here. How's that line he draws with the speed, but not a full package there.
Yeah, it's definitely got push. So the board that you'd think would work in certain conditions a couple hours ago, all of a sudden you're dealing with a little more meat behind the waves right now. Great flow there. Again, Filipe is so fast. Did his best to get around that section, but that wave shut down.
A couple of small scores were added to the scorecard for Filipe Toledo, but not enough to change the position. And Filipe Toledo will now activate that right-hander. We pick him up on screen there, going for the rotation, the cheeky look at the panel. And you join us with 5 minutes remaining here. Connor Coffin leading over Filipe Toledo here. Requirements for the Brazilian are 7.93, and well, change up of strategy here, different part of the lineup being utilized.
Well, judges, have fun with this because Filipe Toledo, he just forced the issue here. So he went down the beach and went to the right-hander. I was wondering when someone was going to go down there. That was the wave of choice this morning with the high tide. You know what that is. That's air wind. So the wind's going to hold the board to his feet. He's going to be so dangerous over there.
Connor stayed on the left hand, and he'll get back to work there. Nice release of the tail. Second turn now. He's waiting for this wave to find shape and form, and he blasts that one. Now another lip for him, and he'll climb over it. And again, he'll hang up there and go incomplete. So almost an identical ending to a previous ride for Connor Coffin.
Never know. He might paddle for a closeout, and you get priority, and then you can just close his heat out and sit on him. So a little bit of a mistake for Connor to lead Filipe alone. Now, a couple of really nice turns here. There's a tail slide. So Connor, he can mix it up. He doesn't only do carves. He's also not bad in the air. He can get some big airs done. That was a huge snap, though, from Connor. Would have been an amazing way to finish that wave off. Huge tail waft, Gigs.
And you see Ricardo on screen. This little wave's going to find shape and form on the inside sandbar. He has a chance to accelerate. And Filipe Toledo will get more projection than possibly the previous air. And now there's a little inside part to the story as well. Filipe again will just jam it through. And, well, you know what those two hands together mean? He's praying for that score now.
But that's what he does time and time again. He's springy, he's light, so he manages those tough landings. Watch him huck himself towards the beach. He actually gets a full rotation. So upon watching that replay, I'd actually be surprised if he doesn't get this 7.3. This is just a little cherry on top right there. A little tail waft on a shore break. He might get this score.
Well, you mentioned there, Ross, a lot more spring and energy off the lip on that last air.
A lot more commitment to this second air, so he needs a point higher, but it's not out of the question. Again, we're looking into this wave and from up above the cliff. If we're in front of him and down low, that had a lot of projection. He was pretty high on that, so that is a serious air. And again, I don't mind that little tail waft to finish. It's not going to hurt, but that air definitely is much better than a 6.3.
They're going to clamp that score down. It's a 6.67. He gets it. Wow, not enough. Filipe Toledo on the hairline split there, but it does fall short of requirements. Connor Coffin will unlock round 3 here in Portugal and move through to round number 4. It's a big result for that man, down at 24th on the Jeep leaderboard. And these are the discussions that make these events in Europe so interesting, Ross.
Look, he doesn't know yet. Connor just wondering what happened. Hey, did I lose? Did I win? And Connor, he has to be proud. He surfed great. He stuck to his guns on the left. He produced some serious backhand snaps. So a great heat there, but holy smokes, leaving Filipe alone on an air wind right, that was crazy.
Wow. Well, thumbs up to Connor Coffin.